Okay, about 2 weeks ago I was sent this tool and sworn to secrecy and told that I was not allowed to tell anybody until Star Wars May the 4th. So I've been sitting on it for a hot minute, and now let me introduce you to the brand new TSC 55K anti-kickback track saw from Festool. This new track saw will be replacing the TS55R. The biggest major difference is the anti-kickback technology. So normally when you put the track saw down, if you have one of the Rs, there's a riving knife that comes down behind the blade. And that's to try and prevent some of the kickback. If your hip kind of goes against the board, then it can't pinch the blade, which is what causes the kickback and makes stuff like that happen. Instead, what it's got is this little lever that comes down and rides not right behind the blade, but right on top of the track. And then if the base of the saw ever starts to lift off the track, this pops down and immediately stops the blade. Festool also owns Sawstop, and so that technology where it immediately stops the blade is their tech, but it has nothing to do with what's going on here. When it kicks back, it just stops the blade, and then you can just get back to work. It doesn't go in and wreck the blade and jam into that aluminum like you see on Sawstop. It just electronically stops the blade, like fast, like mock chicken, blink of an eye type thing, and then you can just kind of get back to work. This is a battery-powered track saw, so it takes 2 of their 18-volt batteries, and you got 36 volts. Now, with Festool, if you don't know, you can actually run just one battery if that's all you have, or if one of them's not charged up. It obviously doesn't go as fast. And this is my first Festool track saw, and I did get to use it a bit and test it out in the last few weeks. Up until now, I've only had the Makita. And I'm really impressed with this Festool. And something else that's new with this track saw as well is they've come out with thin kerf saw blades. And as you're well aware, just thinner kerf means you're cutting less. You're doing less work with the same motor. And so you get through the wood faster and quicker and easier. You save your battery. We had a conference call with Festool. They showed us a comparison between the R model and the K model. The R model with the same batteries and with the thicker blade, and then the K model with the thinner blade. And it was night and day difference. Like the K model beat the R model's pants off. Festool versus Festool, and it was impressive to see how much quicker you could cut with these thin kerf blades. Festool was the original inventor of the track saw, and they've continued to improve and up their game and make them better and better, and this one's no exception. Very cool, very powerful, very precise. Something else that's awesome about these Festools is how easy it is to change the blades over. Reach here, pull that up, locks both the blade and locks it down in place. You've got the Allen key right there. Okay, let's see this thing cut. Without question, the smoothest and quickest cut I've ever made with a track saw. That thin kerf blade and the battery power, amazing. Well, that's really cute, Dusty, that you can cut a 3/4 inch piece of pine. Fair enough. So here I have an 1 3/4 inch piece of old growth fir, which is generally the hardest stuff that I work with in my shop. Still the smoothest and fastest cuts I've ever made with a track saw.